Welcome to the Roulette Master TV, and today we're going to be playing craps, and I cannot wait to share with you how I've been winning money in the casino with this incredible strategy. And we're going to start with a $5 bet on lay on the 4 and a $5 bet lay on the 10, and then we're also going to have a $5 bet placed on the 6 and placed on the 8. And let's go ahead and roll. This is a $500 bankroll
Get your
system.
hands up. 5 fever, the point of 5.
And if it hits something except for the 6, 8, or 7, you just go ahead and roll again. So let's go ahead and do that.
Dice out. Get your hands up. 10, hard 10.
Okay, so if you
Field
hit
roll
the
10.
4 or the 10, what you do is you triple both those bets on the 4 and the 10. So we're going to go $15. Let's go ahead and place those bets. $15 on the 10, laid down, and $15 on the 4. And once we hit the 6 or the 8, I'll share with you what to do there, and also what happens when you hit the 7. So let's go ahead and roll.
Dice out. Get your hands up. 8, easy 8.
Okay, so we
Come,
won,
let's
we
go
won
to
on
the
the
8.
8 there, and that is great. So now we're going to keep the bet at $5. We're going to increase that if we hit the 7, though. So we'll get to that here in a minute. Let's just go ahead and roll. And
Dice out. Get your hands up. 4, easy 4. Come bets to the 4.
We hit the 4, so now we're going to triple that bet from 15 to 45 on the 4 and the 10. So let's go ahead and do that. And here we go. All right, so we're going to have 45 on the 4 and the 10. Okay, and let me go ahead and fix that bet there. Here we go, 45. Okay, and the bets are going to stay the same on the 6 and the 8.
Dice out. Get your hands up. 7 out.
Look at
Pay
that.
behind.
That's awesome. So we won on the lay bets, and then on the 6 and the 8, what we do is we're going to increase that bet from 5 to 10 now that we lost. So we're going to place a $5 bet placed on the 6, a $10 bet on the 6 and the 8 because we doubled it basically. And then now the bets reset on the lay bets, so we go back to 5 each. Let's go ahead and do that, and let's go ahead and roll. You can see we're up about 20 bucks now. Let's go ahead and
coming out. Get your hands
roll
up.
the dice.
6 hard 6. The point is 6.
Okay, so since we won on the 6, we take that bet back down to 5. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so now we have a $5 bet on the 6. The 8, when it hits, it'll go back to 5 as well. So let's go ahead and roll, and we're up $30 now.
Dice out.
There we
Get
go.
your hands up. 2 craps 2. Double the field.
And if that happens, you just roll again. And here we go. The really cool thing about this is that
Dice out. Get your hands up.
we went on the 7.
7 out. Pay behind.
Just like we did there. And but if we when we hit the 7, we have to increase those bets on the 6 and the 8. So let's go ahead now, and those lay bets are going to be at 5. And then on the 6 and the 8, we had 10 over here on the 8, and now that goes to 20. So let's go ahead and do that. And then we had a $5 bet on the 6. That goes to 10. Okay, and let's roll.
Coming out. Get your hands up. Need a 9. Mark the 9.
Okay, we just roll again. And once we hit the 8, that bet will go back to 5 again. Same thing with the 6. And let's go ahead and roll. But if we hit the 7, we went on the lay bets, but we do need to increase the 6 and the 8. So let's go ahead and roll.
Dice out. Get your hands up. 6 came hard. It's a double Dejan hard 6.
Okay, so that's a good one on the 6. So that one resets back to a $5 bet. So let's go ahead and we'll go ahead and put a $5 bet on the 6 because it hit. And we're still at a $20 bet on the 8 because it has not hit for a while. So let's go ahead and roll again.
Dice out. Get your hands up. 3 craps 3.
Okay.
Take the come.
All right, let's roll again. And again, if we hit a 7 again, the 5 will go to 10 on the 6, and then the 20 will go to 40 on the 8.
Dice out.
If we can
Get your hands up. Yo 11, a mid-mo yo.
Okay, so we just roll again, and we need an 8 here pretty soon. but not right away. We have plenty of chances to still double that up. Let's go ahead and roll.
Dice out. Get your hands up. 9, winner 9. Pay the line.
Okay, we'll just roll again. And we're up $31 right now, but when we hit that 8, we're going to be a much better off here. So let's go ahead and roll.
Coming out. Get your hands up. 5 fever, the point of 5.
Okay, we just roll again. And we need to turn these bets back on. Okay, let's go ahead and roll.
Dice out. Get your hands up. 4 easy 4.
Okay.
Come bets to the 4.
So we hit the 4. When you hit the 4 or the 10, you triple those bets. So we're going to go from 5 to 15 on the 4 and the 10. So let's go ahead and do that. So those go from 5 to 15. And let's see if we can get an 8 here soon. And let's roll.
Dice out. Get your hands up. 7 out. Pay the don'ts.
Okay. So every time that there's 7 out, we're going to go ahead and increase the 6 and the 8. However, those bets on the lay bets go back to 5. So let's go ahead and do that. And then so we'll have $10 now on the 6 and then $40 on the 8. So we doubled that when we hit the 7. And once we get an 8, we're going to see a lot of profit here. So let's go ahead and roll.
Coming out. Get your hands up. 8. Easy 8.
There it is. Look
Out
at
on
that.
the 8.
So that one resets back to 5. So we can go ahead and take that bet off. And we'll put a $5 bet placed on the 8. The 6 will stay at 10. And now you see we're up $62. And let's go ahead and roll.
Dice out. Get your hands up. 3 craps 3. Take the come.
Okay, we'll roll again. There we go.
Dice out. Get your hands up. 7 out. Pay behind.
Okay, so those will double up. The 6 was at 10, so it goes to 20. And the 8 was at 5. So we go from 10 to 20, place bet on the 6. And then we go from 5 to 10 on the 8. And then anytime that we 7 out, that means we won on the lay bets. So we put those back at 5. Okay, let's go ahead and roll.
Coming out. Get your hands up. 8 easy 8. Mark the 8.
Okay, great. Okay. So that one goes back to 5. So we'll have a $5 bet, place bet on the 8. That one resets. And again, if we hit a 7, we'll have to double this 20 on the 6th. But let's go ahead and roll and see what happens.
Dice out. Get your hands up. 8. Winner 8. Pay the line.
All right, we'll take that. It stays at 5. And let's roll again. There we go.
Coming out. Get your hands up. 12 craps 12. Line away.
Okay, that's nothing. So let's go ahead and turn those bets back on. And roll.
Coming out. Get your hands up. 7 winner 7.
Okay, so that's
Pass line winner.
so 7 went out, so that 20 goes to $40 bet on the 6. So we're gonna have a $40 bet on the 6, and then the $5 bet on the 8 goes to 10. So let's go ahead and do that. And anytime that you hit a 7, the lay bets always go back to 5. So let's go ahead and do that. And here we go. I'm sorry, the 5 goes to 10 on the 8. So we need a 6 is the next thing that we need. We're up $50 right now, even though we have a $40 bet on the 6. Let's go ahead
Coming
and roll.
out. Get your hands up. 6 easy 6. Out on the 6.
There it is. That's what we needed. And now, look at that. We're up $96. So let's go ahead and take that bet all the way back to $5 again. And let's roll.
Dice out. Get your hands up. 6 winner 6. Pay the line.
All right, another win. Okay, now we are up 101. And let's turn those bets back on. And roll.
Coming out. Get your hands up. 9 need a 9. Out on the 9.
Okay, we just roll again. And again, we have a $500 bankroll with us today. Let's go ahead and roll.
Dice out. Get your hands up. 7 out.
Okay.
Pay behind.
So since we hit 7, the 5 on the 6 goes to 10, and the 10 on the 8 goes to 20. Okay, and you don't have to worry about the other ones because anytime you hit the 7, you know your lay bets are going back to 5. And then we triple those when we lose. So let's go ahead and roll.
Coming out. Get your hands up. 5 fever, the point of 5.
Okay, we just roll again, and we need an 8 next. Let's see if we can get an 8 before we get the 7.
Dice out. Get your hands up. 7 out. Pay the don'ts.
Okay, so now we have to double both those on the 6 and the 8. So that 10 goes to 20 on the 6th. So let's do that first. And then that 20 goes to 40 on the 8. And then we know that the lay bets go back to 5 because we hit a 7. Let's go ahead and roll. And we need an 8 here pretty soon. But not right away. We can double a bunch of more times. Let's go ahead and roll. We're still up. Even after that loss, we're still up.
Coming out. Get your hands up. 4 easy 4. Mark the 4.
Okay, we hit a 4 or a 10, so those bets get tripled. So let's take those from 5 to 15. And here we go. Okay, so we're going to have 15 on 4, 15 on 10, and let's roll. Let's see if we can get an 8.
Dice out. Get your hands up. 7 out. Line away.
Okay, we hit the 7. So now we got to go from 20 to 40 on the 6, and then 40 to 80 on the 8. So 40. Oh, let me put that in there again. 40, and then 80 on the 8. So we doubled those up, and then anytime you hit the 7, these lay bets go back to 5. Okay, we need an 8 or a 6, and let's roll.
Coming out. Get your hands up. 10 easy 10. Mark the 10.
Okay, so we'll need to increase those. We'll triple those from 5 to 15. And that's the 4 and the 10. So let's do that. And let's roll. Let's get an 8 here.
Dice out. Get your hands up. 8 easy 8.
Hey, there we go.
No field 8.
That's a good one. So that goes back to 5 now. So we'll put a $5 bet on the 8. And now we're up 104 again. Let's go ahead and roll.
Dice out. Get your hands up. 7 out. Pay the don'ts.
Okay, so now that $40 bet on the 6 has to go to 80. So let's do that. All right, let's place an $80 bet on the 6. And then that $5 bet on the 8 goes to 10. And then anytime you hit the 7, these lay bets go back to 5. Okay, let's roll.
Coming out. Get your hands up.
Let's get a 6.
6 easy
Hey,
6.
all right.
Out on the 6.
That's what we needed. Fantastic. All right. So that goes back to 5 because the 6 won. And now we're up $166 with the $500 bankroll. Let's roll.
Dice out. Get your hands up. 10 hard 10.
Okay, so we
field roll 10.
So we triple the 4 and the 10 now. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so those go from 5 to 15, and let's roll.
Dice out. Get your hands up. 2 craps 2. Double the field.
Okay, we just roll again. Here we go.
Dice out. Get your hands up. 3 craps 3.
Okay,
Take the cum.
Nothing there. We just roll again. So let's go over why we're doing this now. So let's roll.
Dice out. Get your hands up. 6 winner 6. Pay the line.
That's a good one. So that stays at $5. We don't even have to change the bet because it's at base level. So we're doubling the 6 and the 8 when we lose. And then when the 7 hits, we know the lay bets go back to 5. We're tripling the 4 and the 10 when we hit a 4 or a 10. And that's because the reason we triple that's because the payout is not is such that you need to you need to triple it to make good profit if when it hits again. So let's go ahead and roll. And here we go.
Coming out. Get your hands up. 8. Hard 8. The point is 8.
That's a good one. So that resets to 5. Okay. So let's go ahead and move that back to 5. And roll.
Dice out. Get your hands up.
Let's get a 7.
8. Winner 8. Pay the line.
We'll take a win on an 8, though. Fantastic. And let's go ahead and roll again. But we have to turn those bets back on.
Coming out.
Here we go.
Get your hands up. 6 hard 6. The point is 6.
All right. That's a good one. We'll take a win there on the 6. And let's get a 7 and get those lay bets.
Dice out. Get your hands up. 6 winner 6. Pay the line.
Another win on 6. Okay, great. And we're up almost $200 now. Let's turn those bets back on and roll.
Coming out. Get your hands up. 7 winner 7. Pass line winner.
That's a good one. Okay. So every time the 7 hits, we double the 6 and the 8. So they were at 5. So they go from 5 to 10. And we're up $200 now with just a $500 bankroll. Keep that in mind. And anytime you hit a 7, the lay bets go back to 5. Okay. So let's roll.
Coming out. Get your hands up. 4 easy 4. Okay. Mark the 4.
So anytime we hit a 4 or 10, we tripled those bets. So let's go ahead and do that. On the 4 and the 10. So just like that, and roll.
Dice out. Get your hands up. 7 out. Line away.
Okay, so we doubled the $10 bets on the 6 and the 8. Those are going to go from 10 to 20. Okay, and anytime you hit 7, the lay bets always go back to 5. Okay, let's roll and get a 6 or an 8.
Coming out. Get your hands up. 9, need a 9. Out on the 9.
Let's roll again.
Dice out. Get your hands up. 5 fever. Come bets go to the 5.
Okay, nothing there. We'll roll again. Let's see if we can get a 6 or an 8.
Dice out. Get your hands up. Fever 5. No feel 5.
Nothing there on the 5. That's okay. That won't hurt us any. Let's roll again.
Dice out. Get your hands up. 6 easy 6. No field 6.
Fantastic. Okay, so the 6 resets to 5. Okay, now we need an 8. Let's roll.
Dice out. Get your hands up. Fever 5. No feel 5.
Nothing there. Okay, let's roll again.
Dice out. Get your hands up. 9 winner 9. Pay the line.
All right, nothing there, but that won't hurt us any. We're doing great. And let's roll again. Let's turn those bets back on and roll. We need an 8.
Coming out. Get your hands up. Winner 7 winner. Pay the line.
Okay, so the $5 bet on the 6 goes to 10, and then the $20 bet on the 8 goes to 40. And then anytime you hit a 7, the lay bets go back to 5. Okay, let's roll.
Coming out. Get your hands up.
Let's hit an 8.
Yo 11. Pay the line.
All right, we'll just roll again.
Coming out. Get your hands up. Yo 11. Pay the line.
Okay, we'll just roll again. That won't hurt us any.
Coming out. Get your hands up. Winner 7 winner. Pay the line.
So the $5 bet on the 6 goes to 10 now. Okay, so let's do that first. And then the $40 bet placed on the 8 goes to 80. I think that's the highest it's been so far. And remember, whenever we hit the 7, it goes back to 5. And now it's a perfect time to hit the 8. It's been a long time since we've hit an 8. Let's go ahead and roll.
Coming out, get your hands up. 5 fever, the point of 5.
Okay, let's see if we can get an 8 here. All right, it's been a long time since we've had an 8. I think we're due.
Dice out, get your hands up. 6 came hard, it's a double Dijon hard 6.
Okay, so the 6 will reset back to 5. That's a good win, and let's go ahead and do that. And we still have that $80 bet on 8 we need to win, though. Let's go ahead and roll, and if we could get that 8, it'd be a good time to cash out, and we'd have a lot of profit with just a $500 bankroll. Let's get an 8.
Dice out, get your hands up. 8, hard 8.
All right.
Down behind the 8.
Fantastic. And the perfect time to cash out with this system is when all the bets are at $5. And that's where they're at right now. So now we're at $257 with just a $500 bankroll. And that's how I've been playing craps lately. And I hope you learned something today and use this strategy to do really well in the casino. And I've been having a lot of fun with it. And this is the Roulette Master. And have a great day, everybody.